everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So I'm here today for my turn to take part in the A Gift to November sewing challenge. So this is a wonderful sewing challenge hosted by the lovely Alison, who is Sew Like Dotty, who has been running this challenge yearly in November for the last few years, and I've always taken part in it. I've always found it really inspiring and a really good fun challenge leading up to the Christmas season. The whole purpose of this challenge is for you to use your sewing skills to make something for a loved one or a friend that we love to do, don't we, at Christmas? We all love making things, love sewing, and it's just a lovely opportunity to sew something up for a loved one for Christmas. So I always find it a really sort of inspiring time to get me in the mood for Christmas and get me in the mood for thinking about what I want to make for my loved ones leading up to the festive season. And this year, I am going to chat to you about a few projects that I found that I think make great stocking fillers or great little gifts for a loved one or a friend in your life, and they are all completely free. So these are either patterns or online tutorials that I've selected for you today that are all completely free. So we'll get straight into it, and the first one that I want to chat to you about are these DIY giant Christmas ornament pillows. Now, when I found this, my first thought was, my daughter, when she was a teenager, would have loved one of these in her bedroom. I think they are absolutely incredible. They look so luxe, I think, because they're basically a big bauble. So think of a Christmas bauble, but you're making one out of fabric, stuffing it with stuffing, so you can use sort of proper toy stuffing, I guess. Or, you know, if this is for an older teenager, you could even use, you can buy some inexpensive pillows and use the filling from pillows or old cushions that you've got lying around. And yeah, you can make some giant Christmas pillows, which I just think is such a fun idea for teenagers. I would love these as well. I mean, I think, you know, if you want to sort of put some festive pillows in your home as nice sort of change of decor for the festive season, wouldn't it be great to make some of these that can match your own particular sense of style or colour scheme? I just think they're amazing, and it's completely free online tutorial. All the links to everything I chat to you about today are all down in the description box below. But yeah, what I love about this is you can really think about your fabric choices. So what they show in the tutorial is they've used a lovely sort of pink colour scheme to make these ornament pillows. And the fabric choices that they've used for this include things like lovely luscious velvets and crushed velours and sort of shiny fabrics like lamaze, etc. And I just think it's really, really lovely, a lovely idea. The fabric amounts that you need for this project are actually not that much. You need a yard for the main ornament, and you need, I think it says half a yard for the sort of tops of the ornament, the lame bit. But yeah, I just think there's so much fun, and yeah, if I had a young teenager in my life, I think it would be a great little gift to make for their bedroom or your own festive decor at home this coming season. So next up is my number 2 project for you, and this is a quilted Santa hat. Now, I think this is a really good opportunity if you've never tried quilting before to have a go. So it's a really simple design, but I think this is such a fun gift, isn't it? We all love a Santa hat at Christmas, don't we? And as an extra little stocking filler, I think this is a really super little gift idea. So this pattern comes in 2 sizes. So you've got 2 sizes of Santa hat. You can use all those little scraps that you've got in your stash or fat quarters that we have hanging around. And it's a very simple quilting design, so it's a really good opportunity if you've not done any quilting before to have a little play and have a go. But the other thing that I like about this as well is that, you know, quilting fabrics are really on trend at the moment, aren't they? I see loads of them for sale in all our favourite fabric shops, and loads of people have been making quilted jackets, etc. And you might have some of those scraps lying around that you just don't know what to do with. This could be a really fun idea to either make yourself a matching Santa hat with your quilted jacket if you are so inclined, or you could just use up your scraps to make a fun little gift as a stocking filler for a loved one as well. So this is, again, is a completely free online tutorial. It is a fully lined quilted patchwork Santa Claus hat. And yeah, I think it's a great little stocking filler. So that is my number 2. Now, next up, what I wanted to chat to you about is probably what is my absolute favourite. And the reason it's my favourite is because I have made one of these myself. And that is a Christmas tree table runner. Now, when I say Christmas tree table runner, that's the reason it's my favourite, is because that's the one I've made. But there are absolutely loads of these online tutorials to make a quilted table runner for the festive season. And I think it's always lovely, isn't it, to have your sort of Christmas dining area just looking so pretty and set beautifully for Christmas dinner. And what better to finish that off with your own table runner, or to make one for a loved one. I mean, you can really think about, you know, the kinds of styles that your loved one or the recipient likes, and, you know, colour schemes and all that kind of thing. But there are absolutely loads of online tutorials for. And I've found a Christmas tree version for you online, but the one that I've made is slightly different. And I think it's always, you know, when you have these sort of, some of you may have them like I have, you've bought maybe these jelly rolls in the past where you've got like a selection of colour coordinated fabrics, and they end up sat in your stash and you don't know what to do with them. So yeah, I think these sort of little jelly rolls are a great thing to use for a table runner, because everything is done for you. So all the hard work in coordinating those fabrics together to see what blends together and what complements each other has already been done for you. So I, as I say, actually made one a few years ago, and I think this would just be such a lovely gift to a loved one or a friend. You know, you can really sort of take some time to think about what works for them, what things they like, and really make it very personal. And who wouldn't love to receive something like this as a gift at Christmas? I think it's just so special. So the one I made is this one here. I've got it with me to show you. And this is a Christmas tree table runner that I made a few years ago now. It is, you know, it just goes down the centre of your dining table. And I used a pack of fat quarters that I'd got. I think it was a Lewis and Irene one. And it was just a winter scene, and then just cut out these triangles to make them look like Christmas trees. I just used a plain white cotton background, and then used another cotton, and apologies about the sunshine on this, but I used another sort of sparkly cotton that I just cut up bias strips of to bias the edges. And I have used this on my Christmas table every year for probably about the last 8 or 9 years now. It is getting very worn. I think the only thing with these kind of things, if you're not careful, you can easily get stains on them. And I think there are a couple of stains on this that I haven't been able to wash out. But I think it's just such a lovely, lovely idea. So yeah, table runners are always a really lovely, special gift to give and receive at Christmas. So next up is a really practical gift, and one that I think I'm probably going to make for myself, if I'm honest, because I think I would use these so much. It's every time I go away anywhere, I always think I really wished I had some of these to be able to portion off my clothes and underwear and things like that in my suitcase. And they are packing cubes, and the tutorial I've got for you, which is completely free, is by Melly Sews. She gives you all the directions that you need to be able to make a set of packing cubes for yourself or a loved one as a gift at Christmas. I think it would be a really useful, practical gift. You just need, I mean, you can use anything, I guess, fabric wise, but she recommends ripstop nylon. So, I mean, you can use cottons, to be honest. It's not going to be that much of a big deal. And mesh fabric as well, iron-on vinyl, and you need a zipper. And yeah, the good thing about these is you can just throw them straight in the wash then. You don't even need to empty them. So they're great for, like, you know, when you've got all your sort of worn clothes that you want to keep separate to any clean clothes that you happen to bring home with you, because if you're anything like me, when I go away, I pack tons of stuff and end up coming back with loads of clothes I never got around to wearing. So I think it's great to be able to just put all your clothes that need washing in your packing cube, so that when you get home you can just take that out and throw it straight in the wash. I think it's just a super idea. So yeah, I would love some of these, and it's one of those things that I've sort of had in the back of my mind to sew for a long time and never got around to it. And I think it would be such a great gift to receive at Christmas, because yeah, it's not exciting, is it? But let's face it, they're a really practical gift that I think you would get loads of use out of. So that's my next one, the DIY packing cubes. Then next up is another practical option that would be great for your partner, if I'm honest. So if you're anything like my partner that has his remote controls and his glasses and a book and a magazine and all sorts strewn all over the sofa, then this couch caddy by So Can She is a perfect gift. It's, again, completely free. You can use scraps for this, but it's one of these caddies that sort of goes over the arm of your sofa, and it's got little pockets to put your phone in, to put a remote control, to put a magazine, to put your glasses, etc, etc. So it keeps them all tidy. I think this would be really good as well. You could adapt this for sewing bits and pieces. So if you're doing a little bit of hand sewing by the telly, or you know, you've got a crochet project or a little knitting project or anything like that, then it's got everything to hand. I sometimes, when I'm finishing off one of my dressmaking projects, if I'm doing a bit of hand sewing, I'll take it through and sit by the sofa, and I've got my needles there and my thread and my scissors and things, and they are a little bit all over. So I think a little couch caddy like this would be really useful to just have everything stored nice and neatly, so that you don't lose things and, you know, hunting down the side of the sofa looking for your needles and whatnot. So I think it's a really good practical gift. And again, use up the scraps that you've got in your stash. We've all got those like fat quarters that we've either had from old subscription boxes or from, you know, freebies in magazines, etc., that are just lying about that you don't really know what to do with. So it's a great, inexpensive project that you can put together for your partner or for a loved one to gift this Christmas season. Then next up is another little stocking filler that I think is a great little gift, and that is this little DIY mouse pad. Now, I don't have a mouse mat for my laptop, and depending on what surface I'm using, sometimes my mouse works fine, but sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, a little mouse pad that you've made yourself would be a great little stocking filler gift for a loved one at Christmas. I think, you know, thinking about children, older children, teenagers, or as I say, even yourself. So for this, you need a small piece of fabric such as quilting, cotton or canvas. You need little pieces of batting, something to trace round. You can use whatever sort of shape you want, really. I mean, it suggests a large bowl for tracing a circle, but you know, if you wanted to go a little bit more fancy, you could do heart-shaped, you could do star-shaped, you can do whatever shape you want with this. Really use your imagination. And it's a really quick, simple project that would be great as a little stocking filler. Again, for those young teenagers, you know, you can really think about the kinds of things that they love and choose some cotton that really complements their style. I just think it's a great little, fun little stocking filler just to bob in their stocking for them to open at Christmas, handmade by you. Again, for beginner sewers as well, this could be a great little project. So if you've got a sort of youngish child around 8 to 9 that wants to get into learning how to sew and using a sewing machine, this could be a great little project for them to start with, and, you know, maybe make for one of the friends at school as a little gift at Christmas. I think it's a really nice little idea, and I think I'm going to make one for myself, to be honest, because I've got loads of scraps that I need to use up, loads of fat quarters, and I really need a mouse mat, and I would much rather make one, to be honest, than just go out and buy one, because why not? So that's my next suggestion for you, the little DIY mouse pad. Then second to last, 2 more to share with you today, and the next one I am going to chat to you about is a tote bag. I know you've probably heard this a million times because there are lots of tutorials out there for tote bags, and they're always an easy, quick, inexpensive, simple gift to make, aren't they? But the one I've chosen for you is the Japanese knot bag by The Happiest Camper. This is a free PDF pattern, and I love the Japanese knot bags. I think it's just a really nice take on a tote bag. I think they make great grocery bags. These are reversible as well, and you can use various patterns and colours and different styles of fabric to really customise it. Again, you could even put some applique on there. You could do some embroidery on there as well and really tailor it to the recipient. I think these bags are fantastic because it just means that you can take them on a trip with you as well, and they sort of fold down really small as well, so you can always keep one in your handbag for when you're out and about. And I just think they're really nice. I really love this style. I think I probably prefer it out of all the tote bags out there, and they're so simple to make. So that is the Japanese reversible shopping bag, and again, this pattern is completely free. And then finally, the last one that I wanted to share with you again is a little stocking filler, and I stumbled across this and I thought, what a gorgeous little gift. So again, I think this would be great for a young child, young teenager, and I think they would love it because it's going to be so unique and they're not going to have anything else like it. And that is a braided fabric bracelet. So you do need to get a few little sort of hardware bits for this, little clasps, but the actual main element of the bracelet itself is just made from fabric. This is a completely free tutorial by Sew DIY. The lady behind Sew DIY, she has made some patterns before, some dressmaking patterns, but she's called Beth, and yeah, she's got this lovely DIY tutorial for these braided fabric bracelets, and I just think they're gorgeous, to be honest. I would wear one of these. I think, you know, if you've got a really nice piece of scrap fabric that's left over from sort of precious fabric or a dressmaking project, you can make one of these and they're just really cute. And I think young teenage girls would love one of these in their stocking at Christmas time. And yeah, again, use your imagination. They do need a few little findings. I think they need, you need a lobster clasp, you need 2 end caps, 2 or more O-rings, and you need a bit of craft glue. But otherwise, apart from that, everything else I think you'll already have in your stash because they don't take much fabric. So that is the DIY braided fabric bracelet. So that's it. That is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ideas that I've got for you today as little gifts or stocking fillers for the loved ones in your life this Christmas that are all completely free. Let me know if you've made any of these or if you've got any other free ideas that you think make great gifting for Christmas. I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. Thank you again so much to Alison for hosting this wonderful challenge again this year, and I will leave it there. So take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.